Hello YouTube, Zombra here. Um, Sorry I look like crap right now, but I didn't think that looks were very essential for this video. Um, this is just something that I had just thought about and decided to make a video of. Um, so when we have a significant other or a friend or a best friend or a family member that is sick, typically most of us care about that person, so we look up remedies to make them feel better and suggestions and stuff along those lines, and look into what kind of sickness they have so you know how to work with them. And I got to thinking about how you know why wouldn't you want to do that with mental illness as well? I have friends who have mental illnesses of different sorts, and a few of them are ones that I have myself, but I do have friends who have disorders that I've never experienced before or anything like that, and yes, it can make the friendship or the relationship difficult. And if you care about that person enough, you will look into what kind of mental illness they have. Same as if they've got the flu or a cold, or maybe their body aches. For some people their body aches, for other people their mind and their heart aches. And those kinds of things, that kind of illness is something that they can't just wake up one day and feel better. They can't just take ibuprofen or a bath and feel better. So I have caught myself several times looking up ways to deal with my friends who have bipolar and stuff like that. And it, like I've said, it has put strain on friendships that I've had, and I have lost one friendship because of their bipolar personality, but it wasn't because she was bipolar. It was because I felt as though she was not being a very good friend, and she was hurting my feelings way more than some of my other friends who have bipolar. So I decided to, or actually we decided to cut our losses and go our separate ways. And from what I've seen, it seems like she's happy, and that's fantastic. I really am happy for her that she's happy and she's out of the environment that she was in. I'm still in my environment that I'm in, and she probably thinks it's hilarious, but that's okay. Maybe not, I could be wrong. But, when I was friends with her, I did not look up how to deal with someone who has bipolar. I didn't think about it, to be honest with you. I didn't, but anytime she was sick, like physically sick, yeah, I was looking up all sorts of stuff on how to make her feel better. And it sucks that I didn't think of that at the time. Like, why didn't I look up ways to handle her mental illness better? But the good thing about that situation happening was I learned from that. I learned that I should start reading up on my friend's mental sickness, because that's something that should be read about if you really care about somebody. If you have a significant other or a friend or a family member who has anxiety or depression, you should be looking up stuff on how to make them feel better, on what will make them feel smothered, what is just enough, you know? And even though I do myself have sometimes crippling anxiety and depression, I myself handle my anxiety and depression way different than someone else. And because I handle it differently in my own way, I've looked more into how to deal with someone with anxiety and depression. Just because everyone's different, you know? And what works for me won't always work for that person. And, you know, just because I have these mental illnesses doesn't mean that my way is the right way. My way may actually very well be not the best way at all. It may only be good for me and me alone. Not to give myself too much credit, but thankfully I have a gentle approach to most situations, and especially if someone is upset. So I approach things kindly. And so far for me, that has worked with depression and anxiety with friends who have it. But at the same time, I do have friends with depression and anxiety that I'm just like, why can't you just stop being so negative all the time? Like, you're making me sad. And it's hard to keep conversation going with friends who are constantly down in the dumps. And that makes me feel like an asshole. That I can't keep conversating with people who are just completely apathetic about everything. Or stressed out and freaking out about everything. But I've found ways to talk with them better. And I've discovered that not talking to them all the time helps me. I don't know if it helps them, but hopefully when I do talk to them, it does make them feel a little better. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, so basically, what I'm telling you is that if you're willing to look up ways to help your friend who has the flu or a cold, look up ways on helping them and helping yourself as well on how to deal with someone with mental illness that your friend or significant other or your family member has. It can't hurt anyone to look into it, and it's not a waste of time if you actually care about the person, and there's nothing wrong with educating yourself as much as possible, so why not look into it? I guess that's really all I have to say. Please take care of your friends. Have a good night or day. Bye.